So today we're going to talk about down payment assistance, how first-time home buyers and any home buyer with this program can qualify for a home loan using the GSFA program. So the GSFA Platinum program, which is an awesome program. So I'm Marcus Harris, your mortgage loan originator, and to my right,
the champ of real estate, Joseph McLemore.
The champ is here.
That's right, ding ding.
All right, so now, Joseph, we worked together on a couple of these, first-time home buyers. I really believe it's a really good program, but I wanted to bring you on because I know you help buyers all the time purchase, and there's many different ways you can purchase a home, but you help them find their dream home, and I'm the money man.
There you go.
Help them get qualified for that loan. So
That's
can you kind of walk through, a first-time home buyer when they come into your office, what does that conversation look like?
Yeah, no, definitely. So one of the things that I run into the most with home buyers or potential home buyers is there's always, the process itself is very intimidating, which we totally understand. But one of the biggest things that we run into is the issue of trying to come up with the down payment. It makes a lot of people hesitate and really not pull the trigger on, going from being a renter to being an actual homeowner and getting their dream home. So what I like to do, I like to kill a couple of myths when I'm speaking with potential home buyers. And like I said, that down payment being the biggest one. Now, traditionally, one of the great myths that kind of circulates through the industry that we're in, as you know, Marcus, with down payment is that old school rule that you got to have 20% down when you're trying to purchase a home. That is a myth. You do not need to have 20% down. You don't have to have 15% down, okay? What I like to tell my clients is that, especially if you are a first-time home buyer, you can qualify for what we call an FHA loan, okay? The great thing about an FHA loan is that instead of having to come up with that mythical number of 20, 15%, whatever the case may be, you actually only have to have 3.5% of the total sales price for a home. So if we're speaking about, let's keep the number simple, if we're speaking about a $100,000 home, you only need $3,500 to actually go ahead and have that as the down payment to start the loan process. Now, you can also qualify for a conventional loan. For a conventional loan, you only need as much as 5%, but it tends to be a better solution for potential clients to go with the FHA loan if they are a first-time home buyer, okay? Now, one of the great things about the FHA loan and the down payment assistance program is that you technically only need a 660 credit score as of right now, correct, Marcus?
Hey, this man, you're on top of it, man.
Well, I got you, man. I got you. That's what I'm here for.
So yeah, true. 660, right? That's the minimum score. And the beauty of this loan, so as you mentioned before, there's a conventional, there's FHA. I definitely recommend for those first-time home buyers, take advantage of that FHA program, right? Because it gives you the availability to not only qualify with the 660, but if you do have better credit than that, 680 or higher, it'll push your DTI threshold higher.
So real quick, can you explain to them real quick, what is DTI?
So DTI, that's your debt to income ratio. So how much debt you have, your credit cards, your car payment, your student loans, the loan that you took out just to go to Vegas that one weekend, things like that. All divided by your gross income. So that's before taxes, what you bring home. If you're married in California, you and your spouse, right? Because FHA is a government loan. So to qualify, you have to use yours and your spouse's debts. So just because you have good credit and you don't want your spouse to be on, if they have a credit card for $50,000 and they're paying $200 a month, you got to use that $200 a month debt as part of that qualification.
It's that old school rule. How the women say, how the wives will say, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. So if you're in California, it's going to be a mix of both spouses. Now, another good thing with the going back to the down payment assistance program. So typically, with down payment assistance program, like I said, if you're getting a FHA loan, you typically have to come up with a 3.5% down payment. But with the down payment assistance program, basically what state of California is going to do is they're going to issue you a grant that takes care of that 3.5% that you would normally have to come out of pocket for. Okay, so if we were looking at a $300,000 home, the down payment typically on that type of home will be about 11 grand. State of California is basically going to come in and assist you with that 11 grand, so you don't have to go get that out of your savings. You don't have to wait until tax season to have that saved up. You don't have to pull that out of your 401k. State of California is going to take care of that for you. Okay.
Let's add into that too, because this is important, because there's multiple down payment assistance programs that's available in California. You have the CalHFA. This one is the GSFA. This is the one with the grant where it's forgiven, where conversely the CalHFA stays with the life of the property when you own it. You just don't have to pay on it. So
real quick, when you say forgiven, can you explain what does that mean by forgiven?
It's poof. It's gone.
It's gone.
So there's a 3-year waiting period. All you have to do is just pay your stuff, go through the program, and after 3 years, it'll go through the grant program where that portion that they give you, whether you select a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5%, because it's not necessarily you're going to ask for 3.5%.
Nice.
You have blocks, so you can get up to 5% with this program. So that'll cover your 3.5% for your FHA, and then the rest of it can go towards your closing costs.
Nice. Okay. Now, when you say it's forgiven, you say it's poof. Basically, if comparing the CalHFA and the GSFA, comparing the two. So with CalHFA, it doesn't disappear, right? If they decide they want to sell the home after that 3-year period, they still have to cover the original loan plus the down payment assistance, correct?
Exactly. With the CalHFA, it stands as a second lien. So when you make the purchase, you'll have your original purchase, and then the 3.5% will go towards that, and then whatever the 3.5% or whatever you borrow from the CalHFA for your down payment, CalHFA has a cap at $10,000 now too, but with the changes this year. So that becomes the second lien. They also have what they call the ZIP program, so that's a third lien that you can use to pay some of your closing costs, and that'll be 3%. Right, so with CalHFA, you'll get the down payment up to $10,000, and then you can get a third ZIP. And now that second and that third, it remains there. You don't have to pay on it. You'll pay your normal loan, your first loan. You can pay it down to zero.
Okay.
But that second and third will remain. So if you want to sell, it'll take out of the proceeds from there.
Got it. Now and then looking at the GSFA program. That's something that they don't have to worry about at all, right?
Exactly. And then the bonus to that too, if you do the GSFA Platinum Select, for those who have certain occupations, firefighter, peace officer, police officer, probation, teachers, EMT. The cool thing about teachers is it can be administration, it could be the staff.
Oh wow.
Also in the school too. So if you work in that school system.
So if you're the cafeteria lady, you can get that discount.
Get the discount.
Nice.
So no, and it's cool too, because that second, it doesn't become a second lien for 3 years. They gift you the funds because you're part of that select group.
Nice. Perfect. That's great, man. All right, so that's another myth to kind of bust. Having these assistance programs attached to the loan or the process of buying a home, it doesn't do anything to halt the process. It's not going to slow you up. It's not something you need to get extra qualified for. It's basically it's a seamless thing that runs along with the program. So we've had 2 deals recently run with these programs attached, and they were done before time. I think both of them we had them done before. Typical escrow can go about 45 days. I want to say we had these both done within 30 days or less. So it's not anything that's gonna halt or stop you from getting a home, or make the process longer. It's not gonna make your offer look weaker if you're looking to basically submit an offer, especially in a strong market like this, that is where sellers have the leverage. It's a strong seller's market right now. submitting an offer with this type of program attached is not going to make your offer look weak. It's gonna just really at the end of the day help you.
Exactly. And just to go one of these scenarios, we did one at $310,000. So as you mentioned before, that's almost 11 grand. So $10,850 for that 3.5%. Right. So with an FHA loan, they have an additional MIP on top of that. So that's your upfront mortgage payment, and with that, that's a little bit over $6,700. That's financed, so you don't have to bring that to the loan. It goes in there. So that'll bring what your loan amount would be from $299 up to $305, right? But that's all financed in there. And with this at a 5%, and you can go on the GSFA website, so it's the Golden State Finance Authority, and you can get the up-to-date rates today. So we're at Hometown Lenders, we're authorized to lend out on these loans, right? And today, which is awesome, just looked a minute ago, 3.875 with 5% down. So a really great rate. So with this type of loan, you can get up to $15,294, whereas you only need $10,800 for your down payment. And with your other closing costs and fees in there, you'll have $4,400 left to go towards that, and that'll give you a balance of somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,600, right? And with a good negotiator, you can get a couple of credits, a couple of dollars in there too. I know one of the deals you got about $3,000 back, so you're talking $2,600, $2,700 out of pocket to secure a $310,000 house here in Bakersfield with the monthly payment under $2,100. Taxes, insurance included.
And $300,000 in Bakersfield gets you a very nice home. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, Marcus, I just want to go back. I know we gave them a lot of numbers and a lot of jargon that we definitely understand. So just going back to closing costs. Kind of going over closing costs. Now, we went over the down payment being about roughly 11 grand. We know that's something that, we've already explained that the down payment assistance program can kind of help you with if you don't have the funds available. But can you go over what are some of the closing costs that a potential client may have to pay, especially when setting up a loan like this?
Yeah, good question. So you have your title and escrow fees, right? So, and all this is negotiated too.
Right.
You have title, escrow fees. You have your appraisal, right? So typically, you want to budget somewhere between $500 and $600 for that. And basically now, because everything is done mobile, you're going to have some kind of what do we call it? A mobile notary fee in there too.
Especially with everything going on with COVID, a lot of these escrow offices aren't allowing really people in the office. They're probably closed, so they're doing things mobile.
Yep. You're going to have some sort of impound account, right? Depending on when you purchase your home. Remember, somebody owns that house already, and typically you pay taxes in advance, right? So someone's already paid taxes. So, for instance, it's November right now, at the beginning of November, and those taxes are paid through April. So if someone paid through April, they're going to need to receive the credit for those taxes that were paid, right?
That's going back to them. Yeah. Going back to the original homeowner.
Exactly, because we're not going to county and say, "Hey, county, you need to write a check," right?
Exactly, yeah.
So impound can be tricky. It differs based on the time of year when you purchase the home. But the good thing about that is, once you purchase and you get on that normal payment schedule, you're good to go, because if you purchase in November, or you close in November, I should say, and you get the keys November 1st, your first payment isn't due until January 1st.
Nice. So you basically get about 2 months.
If you're looking to see if you qualify for a GSFA loan, go on over to my website, simplehomeloanusa.com/GSFA. So that's GSFA.
All right, so if you are looking to also buy a home here soon, here in Bakersfield or Kern County area, feel free to give me a call. Once again, my name is Joseph McLemore, aka the Champ of Real Estate. My number is 661-491-4599. Split that
All right, let's go, man.
We good. We live.
You're looking at the little lens right there. We're recording, man.
Gotta remember that.
All right,
Watch the red light. Watch the red light. Yeah. What's going on? You gonna let me lead on? It's your whole setup. I don't mind. You know,
That's true. Hey, I kick it off and then
I don't
we'll
mind.
do introduction.